All right, so Billy Talent song tier list. Few things before we start. This says that it includes all singles, albums, and covers as of February 2020. That's not true. There's quite a few songs already missing that I can notice. Most notably, Cold Turkey, um, Ever Fallen in Love, just to name a couple. Um, it does include some of the bonus tracks that weren't included on the official release of Billy Talent 3, so that's cool. But um, once we're done with all of these down here, I'll probably just insert the other songs myself. Just they won't be visually represented. Of course, this is all just my opinion as well. I will be giving somewhat detailed explanations as to why I'm making the choices that I'm making. And again, just my opinion. So, to start, this is how it goes. I'm going to put this in a S tier because I think that this song is just a very good representation of the transformation from Pez to Billy Talent. I mean, going from the like ska inspired riffs from Watouche to this is just a very big jump. This song is very special to the band, being about Aaron's multiple sclerosis diagnosis. Um, and I think it's very punchy, great lyrics, lots of great screaming, of course, as well. And I just think it deserves S tier. Now, Living in the Shadows, this is not as heavy of a hitter as this is how it goes, but still a very good song, I'd say. I'm not gonna say that like I really dislike any of the songs on this list, but this one it's okay. I recognize that it's a great song. I love every Billy Talent song equally, pretty much, but this one I'm trying to be like I guess a bit more subjective. So I'm gonna put this one into I think C tier for now. I may change things around a little bit once we're finished. Um, Try Honesty, S tier, easily. One of my favorite Billy Talent songs, one of my favorite songs just in general. Um, Lots of great call and response lyrics and vocals. Excellent guitar work by Ian, and just an amazing song overall. It's very clear why this is one of their most popular songs. So S tier. I don't think this one really needs much of an explanation. Line and Sinker. I'm gonna put this one in a C tier as well. While I do really like it, it's almost a little. Most people might not hear this, but it's a little similar to Try Honesty. If you can play these songs on guitar, then you know what I'm talking about. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's very scream heavy. Definitely one of the songs that they were trying to go for more of a punky vibe with, and that's fine. But I don't feel like it's a song that's very representative of the band as a whole. Um, Good song and everything, but C tier. Lies. I think this is gonna be the first D tier here. Um, Again, I don't dislike any of these songs by any means. It's just how I'm ranking them. D tier doesn't mean it's horrible and I hate it. It just means yeah, it's good, but is it the best? No. Um, Great song and everything, but just not as catchy as some of the other ones. A little repetitive too, which again, that's not such a big deal. But anyways, moving on. The X. Now, the X is a fan favorite, but not a favorite of mine. So for the X, I think I'm gonna put this into C tier as well. Simply because it's just a little poppy, like pop punky kind of. That's just not my personal taste. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the C tier. I do love the guitar riffs and everything. It's catchy. I recognize that, but just not a personal favorite of mine. River Below, I'm gonna put into A tier. Now, I'm gonna try and avoid putting every single like popular single just right into S tier by default. River Below, it's a very good song. Excellent riffs, great call and response lyrics. Not much more needs to be said about that one. Okay, Standing in the Rain. Now, this one is another. I'd compare this one to like Living in the Shadows in terms of quality and everything. It's good, but it's not amazing, and I recognize that. I'm gonna put this one in a C tier as well. I know I'm stacking C tier up like crazy, but we'll get that taken care of. Cut the Curtains is a badass song, and for that reason, I think that it deserves to go into the B tier. B for badass. Um, it's one of the more unique songs by Billy Talent, and I think that it should go into its own little section there for now. Um, very, very interesting guitar work by Ian for sure in that one, and the lyrics are just very, again, very unique for a Billy Talent song. So I'll give it credit for that. So that's why I think it deserves to be above all these other ones here. Again, people are going to disagree with me so hard on so many of these choices. And I'm just now realizing that hearing things like this just live and on the fly is not as easy as it looks. Okay, Prisoners of Today, I'm going to put that into A tier as well. Excellent song. Don't really need to say much more about it. Okay, Nothing to Lose. Everybody's favorite super sad Billy Talent song. Very depressing, but a true story about a kid who unfortunately committed suicide in his high school. Um, Pretty graphic music video as well. Um, but, you know, it's a song that's meant to raise awareness of this and to kind of let you know that if you ever think you're alone, you're really not. Um, Great message. Very, very sad, and that's not a bad thing. It's very sad, very slow moving. Screaming at the end is just like, oh man, it's intense. I'll give it that. It's a very good song. For that reason, I'm gonna put it in a B tier. Not because it's badass, but because I think it's on that level, that same level there. No, probably gonna get a lot of flack for this one. Voice of Violence, I'm gonna put it into D tier. It's a good song, but eh, another one that I don't think is very representative of the band nowadays. Of course, they've changed their sound a lot and everything, but when you're looking at their discography as a whole, would you really place this as one of the best songs? I don't think so. Anyways, moving on. Devil in a Midnight Mass, S tier, one of the most creative songs, and the introduction of Ian using the Woolly Mammoth bass fuzz pedal. I really like this song. The demo version is also very cool with its unique verse lines. Great lyrics. Another song based on true stories about molestation of young boys in the Catholic Church. Important message, raising awareness. This one is also very badass. I'm not going to put it in the B tier, though. That was just a joke I made for Cut the Curtains. Anyways, great song. Overall, an amazing way to start the album off. Red Flag. One of their most popular songs, for sure. Like, this is probably like one of their like top three most popular, most well known, maybe even their most well known song, because it's been in a lot of video games, probably TV and stuff like that too. Well, maybe not TV. I'm not sure about TV and movies. Can't say I've ever seen or heard rather a Billy Talent song in like a movie or television show. But I know this song has been in video games, and for that reason, it's very, very popular and well known. Like, this is probably the one Billy Talent song that transcends just the Canadian and German fan bases. Um, it's a great song. Interesting lyrics. Guitar work is also very interesting. Not a personal favorite of mine, although when I was a kid, this was my favorite Billy Talent song. So I'm gonna put this into B tier. Do I think it's better than? Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna put it into A tier. Not S because it's not quite that level of like Billy Talent perfection, but I like it. Okay, moving on. Now, this suffering. Hmm, it's gonna be kind of hard to place. I'm gonna put that into A tier. I don't think I need to explain this song. Everybody who's a fan of Billy Talent will know this song. I'd put it into S, but again, not quite that level of perfection that I look for in an S tier song. Worker Bees is a worker B tier. Creative and unique with its bass line and its lyrics, but not the best. The chorus is maybe a little weak, I'd say. That's about it. Pins and Needles. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah, I'd put Pins and Needles in S tier easily. Don't really need to say much more. It's a great song. If you know it, you know what I'm talking about. Fallen Leaves, I don't really like that song. Where's the line? I'm gonna put that in the C. Great song, but a little repetitive. Covered in Cowardice is also gonna go into C for the Cowardice tier. Again, a very scream heavy song, not one that represents the band as a whole very well and their transformation over the years. Um, I I'm of the opinion that I'm kind of glad that Billy Talent moved away from more scream heavy songs and very angsty and angry sounding stuff because like I love that kind of music. Don't get me wrong. I'm very much into hardcore and punk music, but it's just not what I personally look for in Billy Talent. That said, very good song, one that I'll listen to all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but every so often. Surrender is an S tier song. It's beautiful. Enough said. Navy song, that's going to go into A tier. I think that it's a song that kind of tells a story and it has a very good fall mood for a song about, in the fall, in the fall. I think that it's a very good song for listening to when you're walking around outside and the leaves are falling around. I don't know. Perfect World, that's just not that good of a Billy Talent song. It's not one of the ones that I think of when I think Billy Talent too. It's not one that pops into my head immediately. Sympathy, I'm gonna also put into D tier. It, it's okay. Burn the Evidence, that's an A tier song for sure. Another one that really tells a story and gives off a very unique vibe. Um, I love this song. I love playing it on guitar. The guitar work is phenomenal, and well, I do like it. It's another one of those kind of like scream heavy songs, and again, I'm not against that at all, but it's just kind of eh. Chorus could be a little bit better with the guitar work. I feel like all the effort was put into writing the verses, and then the chorus was just kind of like it's okay. Oh, now I'm noticing that Ever Fall in Love is actually on here. Okay, When I Was a Little Girl, I'm gonna put that into B tier. So this is actually a Pez song, and this is a re-recording that they did during the Billy Talent 1. If I'm not mistaken, it was recorded during Billy Talent 1, those sessions. Now, this song is an excellent song, and just for it being a Pez song, it's gonna get bumped up. Um, Not the greatest lyrics or anything, but it's just a cool punk song. Not much more needs to be said about that. Ever Fallen in Love, this is a great cover. I'm gonna put it into A. And Buzzcocks are a cool band. Not a band I'm super familiar with, but and I know one of their members recently passed away, so yeah, it's a good song, and now it's just an everlasting tribute to that band. A tier. Devil on My Shoulder. I'm gonna put it into B tier. It's a great song and it's very unique too. Um, but I don't know. Three isn't my favorite album. It's probably my least favorite album of all of them. It's very bluesy and it's a cool song. It's badass. So it's going to go in the B tier. Rested from the Rain, I'm going to do the same thing there. Not really one of my favorites. Good single. They're both good radio songs, but eh. Saint Veronica, that's also going to go into B. God, I'm just stacking all three into B. Saint Veronica's going to go into three, or sorry, B. Reason being, it's good, but I feel like the songs on three just diverted a little too much from that classic Billy Talent sound. Uh, Brendan O'Brien, he did a great job producing the record, but would I say that he did a great job producing it as a Billy Talent record? Like, one and two are very good albums, but then you get to three, and it's got such a unique sound, like a little too unique for my taste. Tears in a Wine, that's gonna go in a C tier. Good song, unique lyrics, but not too punchy or special, in my opinion. White Sparrows, that's gonna go into S tier. Excellent song, probably definitely one of the best off of three. Amazing guitar work, lyrics. I like the demo version with the screams. I know I'm talking about how I don't like the screams as much, but yeah, that's an S tier song. If you know, you know. Pocket Full of Dreams, it's a catchy song, but it's a pocket full of C for me. Dead Can't Testify, I'll put that in A tier easily. Um, Another one of those story songs, it really tells a story and gives you a vivid picture in your head. And I like it a lot. But again, three is not really one of my favorite albums. Diamond on a Landmine, though, that's an S tier song. It's amazing. I feel like it brings back their Pez roots in a way with that kind of ska, like the police sounding, like inspired riffs and everything. Um, Very catchy, very beautiful song. S tier. Turn Your Back, that's gonna go in A tier. It's just a great punk anthem. Sudden Movements, I know people hate this song. I don't understand why. I guess it's because it's a very slow moving song without being too like catchy. Like, like slow heavy, like slower songs like Surrender or like Nothing to Lose. Like people love those. But when it comes to this song, people just don't like it. And I get it, I guess, but I don't know. It's one of my favorites. Um so without being biased though, I guess I'm gonna put it into B. B for non-biased. I don't think it's a D tier song. I don't think it's one of the worst songs that they've written. I think that it's just misunderstood. So B tier. Definition of Destiny, more like definition of how you don't close an album off. This song is just, I don't know what they were going for with this one. It just doesn't feel like a Billy Talent song to me, personally. I'm not a big fan. I think they could have replaced that song. They could have ended the album off with like any of the other tracks. I feel like even Sudden Movements would have been a better way to close the album off. Yeah. All right. Bloody Nails, Broken Hearts. It's another very unique song, but I wouldn't say that it's amazing. I'm gonna put that in the C tier. Don't Need to Pretend. I'm trying to like think about how that one sounds again. Like I know all these songs, but Don't Need to Pretend. Hard to place. You know what? I'm gonna come back to that one. All right, I'm gonna, for the sake of just the fact that Lonely Road and Viking Death March kind of like blend together so well. Like Lonely Road, I wouldn't really count it as its own song. It is really just like an overture, just like slowly like welcoming you into the album. I like to listen to Lonely Road and Viking Death March back to back because, as far as I'm concerned, they're just you can't have one without the other. Well, I mean, you can have Viking Death March without Lonely Road, but you can't have Lonely Road without Viking Death March. That said, Lonely Road is very unique, and I feel like just starting this album off with that sets the tone so perfectly. So for that reason, I'm gonna put those two together in S tier. I think that it really sets the tone for Dead Silence as an album. And this is going to come off as a little biased because Dead Silence is my favorite album. But either way, I think that that song deserves a lot of recognition, as does Viking Death March. Very catchy, very well known song. But Lonely Road, just with the double bass and everything that they have on it and everything, the very slow and moody sound to it. It's just, I love it. S tier for sure. Surprise, surprise. I'm gonna put this one in a D tier. For a single, like it's a little too kind of poppy sounding. One of my least favorite on the album for sure, but not a bad song. Good message and everything. I like it when the band gets political. Running Across the Tracks, that's an A tier song for sure. One of my favorite songs by the band, like within my top 5 for sure. Um, Very, very good song. I don't really know what else to say about it. Love Was Still Around. If you're a guitar player, learn this song. It's very fun to play. Very fun, very easy. Got a cool solo and everything. Kind of wish that they would have played this live a bit more. I did hear him play it when they were doing the Dead Silence tour. Wish the song got a little bit more love. I'm going to put it into B tier. Stand Up and Run is an S tier song. Controversial statement, probably. But Stand Up and Run is an excellent fucking song. If you don't like this, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably just one of the people who's more into their like punky, rock heavy songs, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to like every song, but personally, I think this one's just beautiful. Enough said. Crooked Minds S tier song. It's amazing. This song is damn near perfect. Man Alive, I'm gonna put it in C tier. I used to love that one. It's very catchy, maybe a little repetitive, but it's unique. You know what? I'm gonna put it in a B tier. B tier for Man Alive. Hanging by a Thread is it keeps my attention hanging by a thread. It's okay, but it's not. Yeah. Just gonna put that there. Nothing more needs to be said for Cure the Enemy. Cure for the Enemy. If you don't like that song, I don't know what's wrong with you. Don't Count on the Wicked. I want to put into S tier, but for the sake of being slightly less biased, I'm gonna put it into A tier. It's an amazing song. It's heavy hitting. Another one of those songs that I feel is holds probably a very special place in Aaron's heart for sure. Being turning anger into hope and everything for his FUMS charity. It's an excellent song and one that I hope to hear them play live. They didn't play it live until 5 or so years after releasing the album. Um, I would love to hear them play it live in person. I've heard there's videos on YouTube of that one being played live, and I'm jealous that other people have gotten to hear it, but not me. Show Me the Way to the D tier. A little too poppy. You know, it's funny. I say that Dead Silence is my favorite album, but my least favorite album. My least favorite album has less D tier songs in this one. I don't know. I can't even try to explain my reasoning behind that. But Show Me the Way, it's poppy. It's okay. Swallowed Up by the Ocean. I'm gonna put this in a B tier. Um, First song that I'm aware of that has like a very piano heavy influence and use. It's good, but not amazing. So just stick it right in the middle there. Dead Silence, I'm gonna put in a C tier. It's very unique too, with like the kind of like trotting drums and everything. Like it's a good song, but it's not even one that I would say is very like representative of the album. So it's weird that they chose that as the album title. Good song though, but yeah. All right, Kingdom of Zod is an S tier. This is my favorite Billy Talent song, and if you don't like it, fuck you. Chasing the Sun, A tier song for sure. Very sad, very moody song, and one that I like a lot. I have a soft spot for the hit songs for sure. The two hit singles rather. Passage to Bangkok. It's whatever. All right. Now moving on to Afraid of Heights. No, this song or this album is kind of controversial in a way, I think. Like a lot of people either like really like it or you are kind of just eh. Like I when it first came out, like I had been waiting so long from the release of Dead Silence for this album to come out, and then it finally did. Listen to the whole thing, and I was blown away by some songs not so much. Anyways, Big Red Gun, Big Red Bee. It's a good song, but not the best. Afraid of Heights is an S tier song. It's an excellent work of art. I love that song a lot. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do like it, you know, it's a controversial album. I'll say that much. Ghost Ship is probably one of the best songs the band has ever written. So in fact, I'm gonna bump it up to the very top of S tier for now. Louder Than the DJ is just not a good song. I know a lot of people like it, but I don't like it. That's another very polarizing song. You either love this song or you hate this song, and well, hate's a strong word. I very much dislike Louder Than the DJ. The Crutch, I'm gonna put that into B tier. It's got very good like verses, but the chorus is kind of lacking. I always found that this is kind of like a Chili Peppers inspired song. I've never heard anybody agree with me on that though. Tell me what you think. Wrap It Down the Hole, that's an A tier song for sure. Um, their version of The Unforgiven, kind of, it's basically like a metal song if you think about it. I like it a lot, but not my favorite. It doesn't deserve the S tier, I don't think, because again, it's not one of those songs that you look for in a Billy Talent. Like, it's not one of those songs that is representative of the band as a whole. I don't think. No, Time Bomb Taken Away, another A tier song. This one I think has the opposite effect of that the Crutch has. It's got a great chorus. The verses are a little lacking, but the bridge section of the song makes up for it, and that's why I put it over the Crutch for sure. Excellent song. Wish it was a single. Leave Them All Behind is going to the D tier. It's like if I wanted to listen to Green Day, I'd listen to Green Day. Horses and Chariots, if I wanted to listen to Muse, I'd listen to Muse. Or Depeche Mode. I don't know how to pronounce that band's name. Sorry. um. Okay, let me give a little bit more explanation for these two songs. Leave Them All Behind. It's just it really does just sound like a Green Day song. It's not bad, but I don't know. Yeah, I would have replaced Half Past Dead with that song. Horses and Chariots, I do like. I have a bit more respect for this song than I do Leave Them All Behind, but it's a little too experimental. I don't think that they should go for that kind of sound, just in my opinion. Like the whole like synth and everything, like it's cool, but not Billy Talent. No. This is Our War. That's going to be the first C tier for Afraid of Heights. It's good. Not amazing though. February Winds is an S tier song. If you don't know what the song is, go listen to it. If you haven't heard it, listen to it right now. If you don't like this song, there's something wrong with you. All right, Afraid of Heights Reprise, another very polarizing song. I'm going to put it into A tier. I think that while it's not as good as the original, this technically was the original version of the song. Technically, the rock version, like the title track, the non reprise version, is technically the reprise. Um, I don't know where to find that quote and everything, but I know that this was the original one that they wrote. They wrote it as a slow song, and then they changed it up, made it into a like kind of rock song, and then the reprise was just kind of like, yeah, let's close off the album with that. I don't think it's a good way to close off the album. Maybe not the best, but well, actually, no, no, I retract that statement. I think it's a good way to close off the album, and I like reprises and reprisals. Like A lot of people are just not a fan of that, but I don't know. Call me crazy. I like it. The piano is really just epic. The intro for that song is just it's very epic sounding. Just cool, like slow building and everything. All right, so now we're going to final five here. Now, Half Past Dead. Everybody's like, oh, replace the reprise with Half Past Dead on the album. The song is not that good. It rocks, but it's not that good. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's not a D tier song, but it's not amazing. It's not as good as everybody makes it out to be. I like it, but it's very repetitive. And the guitar work and everything is just it's almost a little too unique. It's a little out there. Again, this was a very experimental album. For sure. The most experimental to date for the band. All right, the Hey Hey My cover. I don't really care too much about covers. It's all right, but Neil Young did it better. All right, Forgiveness 1 and 2 is the most unique and the best, in my opinion, the best song the band has ever written. Musically, it's the best song they've written. I couldn't believe my ears when I first heard this song. I was amazed. I was taken aback so mad, like so much. It's just an amazing song. And for those of you that are like, "Oh, I like the first half. I like Forgiveness 1, but Forgiveness 2 is just like, oh, it's boring." Like you probably aren't a fan of Pink Floyd or something then. That song is amazing. Reckless Paradise, I'm gonna put into A tier. Starts off with the woolly mammoth pedal and everything, doing the whole Devil in Midnight Mass style intro, and that's cool, but eh, I wouldn't put it into S tier. But it's a high A tier. It's close, but I don't think it quite takes it. All right, now that just leaves us with Don't Need to Pretend. I don't need to pretend that I love this song or that it didn't make the album for no reason. There's a reason it didn't make the album. It's a C tier song. It's unique, but even the band themselves have said they don't think it sounds like a Billy Talent song, and that's the reason why it didn't make the album. It really doesn't sound like a Billy Talent song. But then again, most of the songs on Afraid of Heights don't. Anyways, this video's gone on long enough. That's my tier list. Um, would I change around some songs here? Like, let's take a look. Let's just quickly go over it. Okay, S tier. Yeah, you know what? Stand Up and Run it's an A tier song. It's a high A tier. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, that tracks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, alright, I'm good with that. Like for more or something? I don't know.